why can I understand it when people talk to me in German, but I can't understand a movie or TV in the same way? So this is a very good question, which I didn't ask him to write this in advance. This is a genuine question from James. And he, okay, so essentially what I find is there's two things about interacting with people versus watching TV. The first is that it's relevant to you. So the kind of conversations that you're going to be having with somebody, if they're face to face with you, are going to be about topical things. So they're going to be using the kind of vocabulary that you're more familiar with. You might be talking about your city. You might be talking about a TV show or sports or things that you know and the other person also happens to know. So that's the one thing, is the topic is likely to be more relevant. And then if it is not as relevant, then you have control. So you're a contributor. You are changing You're dynamically changing the conversation as it happens. So if it gets more difficult, they can see you struggle. They can adapt to that and use simpler words. People tend to hear our accents when we speak another language and make slight adjustments. Ideally, they would make those adjustments a little bit less with time, but that's going to happen when you have live interactions with people. They may not speak to you exactly the same way they would a native speaker, depending, of course, on the person and the language. So the other thing, though, the other reason that TV tends to be harder to follow is because you don't have that control over it. You are not controlling the conversation. You can't slow it down. You can use software or whatever to slow it down. But you generally, if it's playing at natural speed, they're going to be talking about these advanced topics that don't involve you. And they don't take you into consideration to slow down for your benefit, to use simpler words. So you can still have very complex conversations. You could be a very high level in the language. But if something that you're watching on TV, it's made specifically for native speakers, so it might use slang, it might use really quirky expressions that would push you a lot more, like really test you and see if you're C level in the language. A lot of the kinds of conversations that I'd have with people in person tend to actually, they tend to be adjusted for my benefit. And even if I'm very good in the language, they will still know to not use particular things.
If you're having trouble understanding movies, then getting more listening practice is a great way to improve your comprehension. One tool that has dozens of languages and hours of audio and video is Pod 101. It's a great way to begin or to keep developing your target language. Sign up using our link to help our channel and to get access to loads of free materials.